The slope is a very important part of linear equations. When written in slope-intercept form, the standard form y equals mx plus b, the slope is the variable m, which is represented by the variable m, which is a number multiplied by the independent variable x. The slope is also called the rate of change. It is rise over run. It is the change in y value divided by the change in x value, which can also be notated as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, where you have 2 points, x1 comma y1, and a second point, x2 comma y2. The subscripts indicate that this is from the second point, and this is the x value from the first point. Now, slopes can be positive, in which case they are a line that goes uphill. Slopes can be negative, then they are a line going downhill. A slope can be zero. If you have a zero slope, that means that your rise is zero and your run is whatever it is. So if you rise zero, if you do not rise at all, you have a horizontal line. No matter how far I run along this line, I never rise up or down because it's a horizontal line. This is a horizontal line. An example of a zero slope would be y equals 4. An undefined slope, well, undefined, if we look up at our fraction, if you have some value of rise, but it's divided by 0. If 0 is in your denominator, it is called undefined. A line that is undefined will look like a vertical line, because no matter how high I rise up this line, I never run left or right. I only go straight up and down. This is a vertical line. And an example of a vertical line might be x equals -6. All of the x values on this line would be -6. Y can be anything in the world. All of the y values on a horizontal line are the same. So maybe the y value is 4 anywhere along this line. X can change, can be negative, 0, positive. Now, we should be able to find the slope of a line. Remember, you take the difference in the y values divided by the difference in the x values. So if we are given 2 points, we can find the slope of a line. Here, this is my x1, y1, my x2, y2. So to find the slope, I'm going to take the rise, the change in y, so y2 minus y1. I'm going to divide that by x2 minus x1. That's my rise over run. And I'm going to plug in the values. y2 is -8. y1 is 5, so I subtract 5. x2 is 2. x1 is -3, so I'm going to subtract -3. Note the double negative. -8 minus 5 is -13. 2 minus -3 is 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. So the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points is -13 over 5. This is a negative slope because we have a negative out front. I can repeat this through each of these examples, evaluating for the slope. If I end up with a 0 in the numerator, then my slope is 0, and it is called a zero slope. If I have a 0 in my denominator, then it's called undefined slope. I get a 0 in the denominator if the x values are the same. I get a